Before starting the story, did you know that a large percentage of our viewers haven't subscribed to our channel yet? If you're enjoying the content, we would really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button and join our amazing community. Don't miss out on future videos, subscribe now. Now coming back to the story. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful princess named Snow White. Snow White had fair skin, rosy cheeks, and ebony black hair, which made her the fairest of them all. But her wicked stepmother, the queen, couldn't stand the thought of anyone surpassing her beauty. Every day, the queen would ask her magical mirror, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" And the mirror would always reply, "You are the fairest, my queen." But one day, to the queen's dismay, the mirror answered, "Snow White is now the fairest in the land." Enraged with jealousy, the queen ordered her huntsman to take Snow White into the forest and get rid of her. The huntsman couldn't bring himself to harm the innocent princess and instead warned her of the queen's wicked plan. He urged her to run and never return. Lost and frightened, Snow White ventured deeper into the forest until she stumbled upon a small cottage. The cottage was so quaint and adorable that she couldn't help but enter. Inside, she found 7 little beds and realized it belonged to 7 tiny dwarfs. The 7 dwarfs, named Happy, Grumpy, Sleepy, Bashful, Sneezy, Dopey, and Doc, were miners who worked in the nearby mountains. When they returned home from their tiring day at work, they were surprised to find Snow White resting in their cottage. Snow White woke up to their amused faces and explained her story to them. The dwarfs were kind-hearted and decided to let her stay with them. They became fast friends and took care of each other like a family. Meanwhile, the queen discovered that Snow White was still alive and the mirror revealed that Snow White was living with the 7 dwarfs. Consumed with anger, the queen devised a wicked plan to get rid of Snow White once and for all. The queen disguised herself as an old peddler woman and went to the cottage with a poisoned apple. She offered the apple to Snow White, claiming it was a special treat. Snow White, being kind-hearted, accepted the gift without suspecting any evil. As soon as Snow White took a bite from the apple, she fell into a deep sleep, just as the queen had planned. Heartbroken, the 7 dwarfs arrived to find Snow White lying lifeless. They couldn't bear to see their dear friend like this and placed her in a crystal coffin. Days went by, and news of Snow White's eternal slumber spread throughout the kingdom. One day, a handsome prince learned of the tale and felt compelled to see the beautiful princess for himself. He arrived at the cottage and was instantly captivated by Snow White's beauty. Unable to resist, the prince had Snow White smell the rose to break the queen's spell. To everyone's joy, Snow White woke up, and the dwarfs rejoiced, knowing their friend was safe. Snow White and the prince decided to get married, inviting the 7 dwarfs and all the people of the kingdom to celebrate their happiness. The wicked queen, upon hearing the news, realized that she had lost and disappeared forever. And so, Snow White lived happily ever after with the prince and her newfound family, the 7 dwarfs. Their cottage in the woods became a place of love and laughter, reminding everyone that true beauty lies within a kind heart.